comic. She is amazing. She's a writer. She's a comic. She's got a book coming out in November about periods. I cannot wait to read it. Oh, my God. And she is impeccably dressed. She may do poetry. She may do comedy. We'll see. I don't know. Let's give it up for Christina Fernandez.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Christina. I will also be your server for the evening. When I was at home, I was like, this is cute. And then I went into the bathroom. Now I'm like, this is cute, but I also look like I could get you a refill. So let me know if you need anything, okay? Happy to be out. I feel like I finally just got around to being able to speak complete sentences to strangers and make small talk after these past few years. But remember, like a month into quarantine isolation, that there was basically zero small talk? Like there was nothing. You had to dig deep. Like a friend would call me, they'd be like, what's up? And I'd be like, not much. Either we can sit here in silence or I can tell you about that one murder in my family. It's a dark show, you know? I'm addicted to the news. I'm a news addict now. Jealous. I cannot get enough of the news. I used to be really good about monitoring like how much information I took in, but after these years, I'm like, fuck it. Bad news, bring it on. Let's see how much more I can take. But I'm so addicted to the news that the other day I read for so long that I got to the end of the news. Yeah. I consume so much information. I was like, COVID, conspiracies, the Capitol, somehow Trump is back, monkeypox, wars, hurricanes, floods, fires, racism, the economy. Holy shit, I finished the news. I didn't even think that was possible. I got to the end of the news. But I'm an addict, right? I need more bad news. I'm at the point now where I'm Googling stuff like, do dolphins commit suicide? They do. There's not enough time, but talk to me in the lobby. I'll be happy to talk to you about it. I've been living in LA now for quite a few years, long as I've lived anywhere else, even though I'm originally from Puerto Rico. I'll hold for applause. I love living in LA. You gotta have a sense of humor to live in LA. LA is a city that has a sense of humor. I love LA so much. I love living here. One of the things I love the most are the radio stations in LA. And some of the radio stations I love the most are the ones in Spanglish. And when I first moved here, I was driving around, I was listening to one of those stations, and all of a sudden the music stops, the DJ comes on, and she's like, "What's up, everybody? We interrupt this programa to bring you this special news reporte. We have just learned the news that Paul Walker está dead." That's right. Aparentemente, he was driving his car, and he chocó con otro car, and he broke todos sus ribs. I was like, wow, that's a real person you're talking about. But you know, I realized, like, you know, the golden rule of comedy is tragedy plus time. But according to that, comedy is sometimes tragedy plus maleza in the morning. I live in LA with my family, my husband and my 2 kids. You don't know them. They could be future school shooters. It's got to be someone's kid. My daughter is 5. My son is 4. Do you see the problem? I got pregnant way too fast with my son. I did not want to be pregnant with my son. Have I mentioned I did not want a son? And that sounds super harsh, but in my defense, my daughter wasn't even a year old. She couldn't even walk, and already the next little renter had moved in. Got real cozy, unpacked, broke down all the boxes, really made himself a home. It was too late for me to evict. Speaking of abortion, a lot of women worry about what they can. Again, the unicorn show is downtown. I don't know. A lot of women worry about what they can and can't do when they're pregnant. I have a friend right now, she's really worried that any activity she does is gonna hurt the baby. But we got to the source of her fear, and we realized it's because her mother told her a story about when she was pregnant with her, my friend. And she was like telling me that her mom was like, oh, I had to help my sister move, and then I helped her go lift a desk, and then I remembered that I was pregnant with you, and I got so worried. My friend's spiraling, and I'm like, listen, whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, you're here, so we know everything turned out all right, right? Also, babies are super strong. They are well protected in there. And come on, let's be honest. If all women needed to do to end an unwanted pregnancy was go lift a desk, we wouldn't be marching through the streets bitching about our rights. We could just go lift something heavy. I didn't always dream I'd be a parent. I think you can probably tell that by now. But I was getting really excited when I was about to have my first child, my daughter, to take part in the magic of the story that I kept hearing so much about, which is meeting your baby for the first time, which goes something like, oh, and then the doctor put you in my arms, and it was love at first sight. You were beautiful. When I looked at my daughter, I thought, well, you can't win them all. At least she's healthy. You know? You gotta be grateful for what you have. She was so not camera ready. She looked like one of those mattresses that come in a box. You have to just like open them up and, you know, just like, they fluff out after a few hours, you know? She's very cozy now. Thanks so much, guys. I gotta get back to them. Bye, have a good night.